honest lifestyle influencer here. Today, well, first off, you know my thing. I like to review things really practical, meaning do they make sense? Are they useful? What's the value versus not? What other products might be comparable? In this review, I'm going to skip the entire unboxing. I've put this OXO Conical Burr grinder to the test for over 6 months. I've tried 4 or 5 different grinders and different types. Hands down, best value for the money that I can find. And the reviews are true. I believe it because I've been using it. Let me just show you really quick how this works. Comes in multiple parts, which is a good sign because parts can be replaced, they can be cleaned. This is a part that goes right inside. You take a look right in here. I just popped this part. I was just cleaning this out. And by the way, I use compressed air to blow off any of the dust. I only clean it every couple months. You could probably do it a lot more than that. Just make sure that clicks in there nice and tight. And then I go ahead and put the cap on. And by the way, guys, you just want to make sure when you're doing this that just always unplug it. So I lock that in place. And basically the beautiful part about this Burr grinder, and this is what I love so much about it. First of all, it has you can do all the way up to 30 seconds of grinding. Secondly, the most important thing is it has so many settings. You can see right here, this little white bar goes all the way over down to the really fine, and then all the way over to 15, which is very coarse. Now, I'm gonna just make a recommendation. If you like your coffee a little bit stronger and you do pour overs like I do almost every day, the 10 setting I find to be absolutely the best. So and I'm gonna do a quick demonstration to show you how this works. The price point on this is about $100. You can do a lot of coffee. I do 1 serving. I do about 23 grams of coffee. Let me just show you the cup. Okay, so the cup looks like this. And it's got a little lid on it. Put it in here. Now, one thing I'm gonna recommend when you're doing your coffee, just use a scale. It's really simple. I mean, you probably already do this if you're into coffee like me. Just tare it. Tare means put it, you get the weight of the container off. By the way, this is a really good coffee. I recently tried it. I've never had it before. I really, really like it. I'm really a stickler for organic coffee, so I recommend trying this if you're a coffee connoisseur. So I'm just gonna go to 23 grams. I wanted to show you what the texture looks like. I go a little bit over, it's okay. One thing about this, one downside, it's a little bit noisy. I don't think you can get away with having a not noisy Burr grinder. It's just the nature of the way the gears move. So it's a little noisy. If you're really a stickler for getting the right measurements, you always want to go 2 or 3 grams over. If say you're going for 23 grams, go for 25. And the reason I say that is because when the grinder is done grinding, it does not push all the beans through. I don't know why it does that. I'm not sure why, but the next morning, every morning after the beans dry out in there, I'm able to push them through by hitting the button, so I clear it out for the next bean. So here, let's put it in. Just gonna pour them in like that. You guys can see that. It's really simple. Just put the lid on, no big deal. Gonna go ahead, I'm just gonna run it for 10 seconds. You may or may not be able to see that. It might be tricky to see, but the beans are going down. You guys might notice something. This is just a tip. I tap it on the side, and sometimes you'll hear, I'm gonna run it one more time, and you hear it get quieter when the beans are done, but sometimes I'll tap it a little bit and you'll hear an extra bean grind through, so it kind of clears out and you get the maximum out of it. By the way, just a side note, this is really hard to find, but amazing Elf Parade by Stumptown. I can only find it at 1 location. I'm not telling you where because I plan to get more and I don't want them to be sold out. All right, so take a look at this. This is a pretty fine grind. Some would say this is a little too fine for pour over, but for me, this is absolutely perfect. Gives a really nice, oh, it smells so good. I get a perfect cup of coffee out of this. I get translucency, I get clean, I get no particles, and of course I use the correct filters and everything in the pour over. Not gonna get into that, but if you know someone who likes coffee, if you like coffee yourself and like to grind your own beans and you've been using one of the push down grinders that just spins and you get all kinds of inconsistency, I highly recommend this. Even for a gift for somebody that's a coffee connoisseur, this is a great gift because you can get the fine all the way down to espresso. That's the beauty of this. You get so many settings, so many. You can get the exact consistency you like. And for a coffee connoisseur, that is everything because you got water temperature, which by the way, amazing, great product right here. I'm gonna put the links to all the different devices I use below, just so if you want to check them out and get more specifics, you can do that. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed.